I wanted to donate to your
Okay,
library.
good.
And I also wrote a book that I'm donating to your library.
I'll picture my baby with him. Sure. I wanted one of these when I was a kid. I've never had to see you did? Yeah. I am. I have told God about that. I said, this is what I want for Christmas every year. Yeah, she's like, this is what I want for Christmas. Ready?
Don't step on it. You be good. You want 4.
Yeah, I don't have a cool fancy phone like you.
You're just old.
Yeah. So do you house train pretty well?
They kind of come house trained because they go to the bathroom in the water. So I have a bowl of water next to him, next to our toilet, and he just goes in there and then I dump it out.
Well, that's cool.
And outside he has a couple of bowls that he uses. But he also has a swimming pool. They go swimming every day, unless it's really cold. But every morning he comes in and he takes a bath. No, they're probably thinking of take theirs or something.
Yeah.
But no, they're strictly rodents.
Yeah, they're certainly rodents. Well, he's definitely a rodent. I was trying to guess too. We're just talking about it. I can't remember.
They're related to guinea pigs.
Yeah, definitely.
That's their close. Well, and to there's a whole group of rodents in South America that we don't have up here.
Okay,
And
so
they're
right
called
now,
cavies, and the guinea pigs are the most well known of them.
2:30.
Right. You have to bring him though.
Really special treat today. Over the summer, Mrs. Clark was reading the newspaper about Kaplan the capybara who had his 2nd birthday and had a party. And so there was a website mentioned in the article, gianthamster.com. Not on the computer because I've always thought capybaras were so cute. And I found out, I emailed his owner, Mrs. Typaldos, and asked her if she ever brought Kaplan to do a school visit, and she said she would love to bring Kaplan and teach about rodents and capybaras and all about this largest rodent. In Mrs. Clark's house, we have a guinea pig, we have a dwarf hamster, we have gerbils, and now we get to see the biggest rodent. It's like a giant guinea pig with legs, right? I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about him, and we'll have time for questions along the way. I'm going to turn the program over to Miss Melanie.
Hi, kids. You guys know a lot about rodents already? You do? Yeah. Because you've already been studying rodents and you saw guinea pigs, right? Yeah. What rodent do you think this animal looks the most like? What do you think?
A guinea pig.
A guinea pig? What about you back there?
Guinea pig.
Yeah. Like what? Like a capybara. Well, he looks exactly like a capybara. Does anybody, here, I have a question for you. Does anybody here have a pet rodent? Who's got a pet rodent? Okay, what kind of rodent do you have? You have a guinea pig, so that's a close relative of his. What do you have? A guinea pig? I think you might be making that up. Okay, what do you got? A gerbil. Okay, so how does a gerbil not look like a capybara? What's different about a gerbil?
It's so little.
It's so little, yeah. So that's the first thing. Anything else? Anything else really different about a gerbil? Does anybody think of anything else that was different about a gerbil than a capybara? Okay, what about you?
It doesn't have a tail.
The gerbil doesn't have a tail?
Yeah, it doesn't have a tail.
Capybara doesn't have a tail. Actually, capybaras do have a little teeny tiny tail. His tail is about this long. And he can't move it or anything. It just looks like a little bump on his butt. But is there anything else different about a gerbil than a capybara? Does anyone else think of something that looks different about him?
He's staring at me.
They have a different kind of fur. In fact, gerbils are kind of soft, aren't they? Have any of you pet gerbils? Have you guys ever pet a gerbil? Yeah, so they're pretty soft, and so are guinea pigs, and so are hamsters. But capybaras are actually very, very rough. So I always say about him that he looks like a coconut. And he actually feels like a coconut. Especially if you look at him from the back, he's really very coconut-esque. See, this is his little tail. You can't really see it. Even from up close, you can't really see it. But he has his hair because where he lives. Capybaras live in a semi-aquatic environment, so they live in marshes. And they like to go in and out of the water. So they go in and out of the water, and that means that their hair, they need hair that dries off quickly. So they don't have that kind of soft fuzzy fur like guinea pigs or gerbils do. They have that kind of wiry hair that's going to dry off very quickly. And they'll all be out walking along eating the grass. So that's what they mostly eat. And that is what he mostly eats. But I also give him a lot of treats because he's a very, very spoiled capybara. And one of his favorite treats is blueberries and yogurt. And a combination of blueberry yogurt. That's his very favorite. And then if you freeze it, oh my gosh, that capybara will do anything for a frozen blueberry yogurt popsicle. Which are also good for humans. So you guys may go home and say to your parents, I would like to have a frozen blueberry yogurt popsicle. And they probably would be able to give you one.
Well, how do you make three?
You can have your parents, but I know they know. Sorry, what do you know? How to make a blueberry popsicle?
Yeah, you grab a yogurt, you put some blueberries in it, you put it stick it in the freezer, and then a while later, it's a popsicle.
That's exactly how you do it. And I make it for him that way all the time. Do you have a question? You can stick a spoon in it, that's right. And then you can just hold it up on a spoon. Okay, good. With the red hair, do you have a question?
I also know that he has web feet.
Okay, he has web feet. Yeah, so that's very different from a gerbil, isn't it? Gerbils don't ever go in the water if they can help it. But capybaras go in the water all the time. They like to swim. They swim underwater. And if you look at him, you can see his ears and his eyes and his nose are all right at the top of his head. That's so his whole body can be underwater, and he can just have that very top of his head above water, so that predators can't. I mean, isn't it annoying how water gets in your ears? Yeah, nobody likes that. But capybaras, they just put their ears back and then they close it up so no water can get in there. And they have a little flap inside their nostrils so that when they go underwater, no water gets in their nose. So those are special things that they have to make it easier for them to live in the water. You have a question? Yes, that's very true. Gerbils have little hands, right? Their front feet are like little hands. Capybara's feet are useless for picking things up. They cannot pick anything up with their feet. And that's because their feet are adapted for swimming. So they have wet their feet and have great big toes. They're good for that. Yeah, so that's another